Hello, this is Mesh, and welcome to a brief tips and tricks tutorial video for Synthetik Arena. So Synthetik Arena is a fast-paced top-down shooter set in a retro-futuristic world. So this is a standalone expansion that is free on Steam. So this obviously being an expansion, it's a follow-up to a previous game, and that game was Synthetik Legion Rising, which is also available on Steam. And I've previously found that game to be quite enjoyable. So this free expansion delivers 5 game modes for you to play, and they can be played either single player or multiplayer. So if you're new to this title, the menu system and the gameplay may seem slightly overwhelming. Whilst the game is a lot of fun, I've found things just aren't that intuitive within this game. So let's just start with the menu system. So let's start here with the difficulty modifiers. So difficulty modifiers are an option which is global. So when you set these, it applies to all missions you select. So if you find a mission too difficult, you have to come back here and give it a tweak. Some of these modifiers are quite interesting as well. So there's some interesting stuff to play around with in here. So let's look at the missions. So missions, or I guess the gameplay modes. So we have 5 different ones. So we have the core defense. So 25 waves of enemies, pretty generic wave defense mode, I guess you could say. So we also have a headhunt mode. So find and eliminate the elites within a certain amount of time. So they spawn from time to time, you got to hunt them down. They're a little bit more difficult than the standard enemy. These modes are simple enough. The next 2 are slightly more elaborate. So we have the crystal crush mode. So destroy the slimy goopy thing in certain areas. Pick up the crystals from within the slime. Then when you have 3 crystals, return those to the base to earn more currency. So that currency allows you to enable some towers which will help you withstand the final wave. So when the timer has finally counted down, you'll have a big wave attack you, and you really need those towers and also quite a bit of an arsenal stocked up. So getting the crystals is really necessary. This was probably my most fun gameplay mode that I played. It was just a little bit different than normal. So we also have Soul Charger here. So killing an enemy around certain areas to stack their souls. So instead of being attacked by waves, you're in essence going off to kind of attack a wave in a certain location. I found this mode slightly tedious, nothing too special with that one. Then we have this survival, which is just an onslaught of other waves. So let's look at the classes that are in this game. So we have quite a few here. So we have a couple guardians, a couple snipers and assassins, raiders, heavy gunner, engineer, and demolition. So with multiplayer, you could add some different groups into this and get quite a good little combination of having a heavy guardian to soak up the damage, and assassin would be quite cool. Things like that would be quite nice. So obviously we've got those different options, and they all have various abilities, really down to personal preference. They all have different start weapons as well, so that ability and a different start weapon for each. For example, here the assassin has this slightly suppressed pistol and also a backstab. So you can go invisible and give them an initial stab in the back, follow it up with some shots from your silenced pistol. So now let's speak about the specific of the gameplay intricacies. So probably the most different thing about this game over other ones is the reloading. So it's an interesting mechanic, so not just a simple button mash. So you don't run out of ammo, press one button, then move on, as we've seen a million times before. So what you actually have to do with this game, so you have to eject the magazine by pressing E. Then you still have to press R to reload as well. So that begins the reload process. You could at that point you could leave it, and there's a little timer that ticks down, and when that is complete, it'll be reloaded. Or you can possibly jump start that. There is a color indicated on that timer. If you press R at that point, it'll reload quicker. And also with additional abilities, you can sometimes get power-ups from doing this. So if you hit the color correctly, when you press R when it's reloading, you may get a speed buff or something similar to that. So it is a very interesting perk. It also gets pretty chaotic too, because I think most people are probably used to just pressing one button to reload. But not with this. You got to press at least 3 times, and also whilst you're trying to move and keep an eye on where the reload thing is. So it is quite an interesting mechanic, and I do appreciate that little bit of complexity in this game. So I won't go into the finer details of the gameplay, but I will touch on the in-game currency and the upgrade system. So you start with a pistol and the ability, as I've mentioned, per class before. So when you kill enemies, you gain credit, or you gain a currency. So with that credit, you can purchase some of the following. So you can get new weapons. So you can carry up to 3 weapons. At that point, you'll drop the weapon you're holding to pick up the new one. So weapon upgrades. So with weapon upgrades, you go to the upgrade shop and you can upgrade the basic statistics of that weapon. You must be holding that weapon for that upgrade to occur to that specific weapon though. So drone upgrades are another one. So go along to the upgrade shop and you can power your class up. So you can pick generic things. So sometimes you get an option of 3 or 4. So you can say, I want more health, I want more shield. Or you can really kind of drill down into more class specific perks and power up certain things. So it's quite nice. We also have an item shop. Funny enough, it sells items. Fancy that. So things in there can be purchased, things like flares where you can blind the enemy, or more health, more ammo. Many things are in there. And also, I guess a lot of weapon perks as well, where you can get additional weapon abilities and stick them onto your weapon. You can also pick up a few other items after you kill some enemies. So when you're going along earning credits, killing your enemies, they may drop some stuff. The main thing you're probably going to want to find is ammo, because that is quite scarce. There is every now and again a place where you can go up to and reload your ammo. That takes, I think, about 30 seconds to reload, so revisit that as often as you can. But finding ammo on the ground is always a positive thing. You can also get health there as well, and you can also get upgrades. So from there, if you get an upgrade, once again, you need to be on the specific weapon you want to upgrade. So you use that upgrade power up there and you can choose some more stats for your weapon. So the crates as well, every now and again a mode will have a crate that you can go up to. You kind of get it's almost like a roll of the dice. So you're going to get a random thing, either maybe ammo or a weapon upgrade or a repair, something like that. So luck of the draw there, but once again, if you get those weapon upgrades, you need to be on that specific weapon to upgrade that one. So yeah, that was a bit of the basics with the gameplay and the menu system there. I just wanted to touch on that because, as I said, I did find this game very enjoyable, but it just doesn't seem to be a good how-to article or anything like that. So I thought I'd drop this video in to help you along. So once again, a quick tips and tricks video for Synthetik Arena. I think it's a good business practice of these developers to do this. So producing a free-to-play expansion really puts eyes back on their original content. So, just from as a consumer point of view, finding a free version of a game and playing it, and actually finding, I actually really enjoy this type of gameplay. Hello, where's the original game? I'll buy that because I know this is the quality that I like. So it's definitely a sound business practice with these guys, and I take my hat off to them. Once again, I did enjoy this game, and if you enjoy it, check out their full game that's on Steam. And as we all know as well, that Steam does seem to swallow up a lot of good games and show a lot of junk, unfortunately. So you might have to dig around for it. But anyway, I shall leave this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it helped you with this game if you get into it. If you want me to do a more in-depth of the game modes, I can. Leave me some feedback below. And until next time, this is Mesh, and I'll see you later.